Ayan na. Kamusta kayo dyan, mga kameta? Ito na. May mga latest tayong mga developments. May mga Mandela, freedom fighter, press freedom moments. Mga ganyan mga nangyari ngayon. Ito. Nag, ay, wait lang. Hindi ko na-connect pala yung ano. Excited masyado. Hindi ko pala na-connect itong isa. Walang iya. Wait lang, guys. Take two. Ulitin natin to. Excited masyado. Take two natin to. Grabe naman. Ito na, guys. Ito na. Pinaka-exciting analysis. Kailangan ko ilabas yan eh. Anong drama ni Mark Gamboa dyan? Ay, Itbulaga pala. Ako pala, guys. Kailangan pala natin ng Itbulaga, Itbulaga analysis. Kunin na lang natin si Mark Gamboa. Wait lang ha. Anong nangyari dito? Suffer tayo, guys. Lagyan natin ulit Badoy, Roque, Smni. Yan. Pasensya na, guys Kailangan natin ayusin to. Kasi kailangan natin ilabas yung mga graphics dyan. Lang i-upload ka lahat yan. Huwag kayong magalit sa akin. Okay. Medyo rusty, medyo jet lag. Medyo drama. Ayan, nag-internet talaga natin. Kainis naman to. Iwan ko tong isa. Just backup lang. Para just in case. Clear ba tayo dyan, mga kamets? Eleanor, Mike, Raul, Lindon, si IM, si Ed Horitizuela. Yan. Kumuestas? Okay, let's get the ball rolling. Ayan na. Kamusta kayo dyan, mga kameta? Ito na. Let's go live. Pag-usapan natin itong mga inaabangan natin mga happiness, mga very interesting developments dito sa ating bayan. Pag-usapan natin ito. Mayroon ng hunger strike. Ang mga star anchors ng SMNI. Ito na talaga para sa press freedom na ito, para sa bayan na ito, para sa kinabukasan ng ating bayan. Ganyan ang level, guys Ito, pag-usapan natin ito. So, over the past 24 hours, habang medyo umuwi tayo sa ating minamahal na bansa, ito, nakita natin, mga kameta, Sorry, medyo mas mahina pang internet dito. Itong drama ng SMNI ay medyo nang may mga bagong mga kabanata. Of course, hug sila. Andyan yung mga abogado, #protect press freedom. Ang dami tuloy nag-meme. And then si Attorney Harry Roque, former presidential spokesman of Rodrigo Duterte, mayor president, yan, lumabas din, really taking up the cudgels for press freedom. And then ngayon naman, ito sila Lorraine Badoy, parang nag-hunger strike na sila. Wow, talagang prisoners of conscience ang peg, 'di ba? Mandela, 'di ba? Tingnan natin ang mangyari dito. Ito mga kameta. Ito. Kahapon, of course, pinag-usapan natin na be careful what you wish for because we have to look, whether yung Kongreso, the way they're gonna handle this issue, if ever they're gonna revoke itong franchise ng SMNI, we have to make sure, guys, panoorin natin na this is done in ways that is in consonance with our law dun sa ating saligang batas. This follows due process at hindi ito witch hunt or political, whiplash kind of response. We have to make sure, as much as alam ko marami sa inyo yung mga fans ng SMNI, to put it half sarcastically, you have to look at precedence. So precedence is very, very important here. Kaya kahapon pinag-usapan natin, nasa airport pa lang, pinag-usapan natin, mga kamets, yung Soto law, and also definitions of what makes a person journalist, and accordingly yung protection sa ilalim ng ating saligang batas kung ikaw ay isang classified as a journalist or not. And then the possibilities na you're a journalist, you're doing something legit, pero ma-question yung accreditation or yung pagiging journalist mo, etc. So, it's very, very important to see how due process prevails or potentially is undermined, no? While ito yung nangyayari sa SM9. Now, having said that, although sinabi natin be careful what you wish for, we have to be also quite clear about concerns raised about certain brand of journalism being represented by this media network, which now faces the very real prospect of losing their franchise. No? So more and more people are saying, people who in the know na alam nila yung nangyari sa loob ng Kongreso, sa loob ng ating legislatura, sinasabi nila na very, very possible na baka ito na talaga, matatanggalan sila ng franchise. Kaya next level na itong mga anchors ng SMNI, itong mga ito na, hunger strike na sila. But before we go to that, mga kamets, there are a number of things to keep in mind. Very interestingly, before tayo pupunta kay Harry Roque, before tayo pupunta sa brand of quote-unquote journalism nila, ito yung sinasabi ko parati. So, speaking of the latest development, pagdating sa unit team, ayan, sabi ko sa inyo, ba't di kasi kayo nakikinig? Huwag na kayo makinig kay Ronald Llamas, sa akin kayo makinig. Sabi ko, ito na, malapit ng Christmas, good vibes, di ba? Nung pinakinggan nyo yung interview ko kay Ted Filon kahapon, sabi ko, I'm sure there'll still be an effort to at least put a front. Now, as we head into the holidays and all, na good vibes sila, and unity, and friendship, and all of that. So, yes, it's true that many in Davao, including some professors and experts in Davao mismo, basa nila dito na functionally tapos ng unity. But as I said, I don't think President Marcos Jr. or even some of his key allies have an appetite yet for a declaration of all-out war. So nakita natin, ito na naman may mga effort na friendly na naman. So ito yung nagtitrending na picture kanina. Ayan, kitang-kita niyo naman, Friendship na ulit, diba? Water under the bridge ang theme at malapit na. So, Romualdez, Arroyo, kanina umupo sila next to each other for Lakas CMD party picture. Ito yung mga end of the year, happy party mode. Ito, pag-usapan natin ito. Okay. So, ito yung report. So, House Speaker Martin Romualdez and Pampanga 2nd District Representative, ayan, si Tita Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, ayan, pinoctograph sila kanina na sitting side by side, tabi sila at holding their thumbs up, no? During sa Christmas party ng Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats, Lakas CMD party sa December 5, no? So, this was 2 days ago pala, no? So, anyway, pero ito, I told you, ito nagtitrending na kanina. So in a statement, sinabi ng Office of the Speaker na yung officials and members came together to, quote, celebrate the season of joy and foster camaraderie. Ayan, yan ang sinasabi ko sa inyo. Never underestimate ang sincere and very heartfelt efforts to patch things up, di ba? At this comes, of course, a month after Arroyo and Davao City 3rd District Representative Isidro Ungap lost yung kanilang deputy speakership post, amidst, some would say, crackdown on the pro-Duterte camp and internal mga feuds, no, dyan sa leadership of the House of the Representatives. House Majority Leader Manuel Jose Dalipe, sinabi niya, this decision demonstrated that their perspectives differs from the collective stand of the leadership nung tinanggal sila. But, eto na naman. But okay, ganito. The thing is, as I said, katulad ng exactly as I said the other day, multiple times ko sinabi, patapos ng taon, Christmas, holidays, good vibes, they'll try to put on a good front, no? Now, having said that, nung May also, na first time na itong nangyari, itong gulo na ito sa Kongreso at yung away na yan, parang ganun din ang narinig natin, di ba? So while correct yung ating prediction na they're gonna put a kind of a, try to project unity pa rin, the reality is that we saw also this earlier this year, di ba? Hindi ito first time na nakita natin yan. In fact, as early as May this year, essentially sinabi ng mga nag-away na, water under the bridge yan. Kalimutan na natin yan, di ba? And yet, di ba, over the next 5 to 6 months, lalong lumala, no? yung hidwaan sa loob ng House of Representatives at yung mga PDP laban members ay nagdi-defect na sa kabila at eto na yung the whole tambalos-los kind of crisis and yung 'di ba ina-analyze natin mga three acts. Pumunta na tayo sa third act, tinanggalan ng confidential funds si Sara, si Digong nagalit, tinawag na rotten yung Kongreso, nag-resign yung mga ibang PDP laban and so on and so forth, no? And yet, sabi ko nga, as we reach towards the end of the year, once again, they're gonna try to say that we patch it up and try to put, kind of a unified front. But for sure, behind the scenes, perhaps there's still efforts to find ways to avoid an all-out conflict, no, mala civil war next year. But of course, the key thing to keep in mind, mga kameta, is malapit na rin yung 2025 elections, and as early as now, alignments are being formed, slates are being assembled, and even policy positioning, no? Anong policy sa China, anong policy sa NPA, lahat na yan ay nagka-crystallize na. So now we have not only Rodrigo Duterte, but also Vice President Sara Duterte openly questioning, for instance, yung NPA, CPP, NPA negotiations, peace process negotiations. I suspect that we might sooner than later also hear some more open and direct challenges sa foreign policy direction ni Marcos Jr. pagdating sa West Philippine Sea and US and China. That has not happened yet. Si Digong yung umaatake sa EDCA, but I won't be surprised that there might be some disagreement also on that front. Although ang basa ko is Sara Duterte overall is less, let's say, sympathetic to China than his father. And there are many reasons for that. Of course, alam niyo naman si Sara, nag-international visitor leadership program din yan sa US a few years ago, so she's much more exposed to America at hindi siya anti-US and all of that like her dad. But, I won't rule out the possibility na hindi lang yung CPP-NPA issue, but other issue, potentially drug war, West Philippines, it could be also a source of open disagreement between the number one and number two in the country, at least officially speaking. Although we know that ang layo ng power ng presidente sa Pilipinas kumpara sa vice-presidente. And there are already talks for Sara Duterte to resign, no, because of her direct expression of disagreement with the president. And it looks like the communication channels between the president and vice president are nowhere close to where they were last year. Having said that, mga kameta, I won't be surprised kung ito na nga, sila Romualdez and Arroyo, after 2 rounds of purge sa nangyari sa Congress and all, they were still able to sit next to each other, make that thumbs up and smile. I won't be surprised that you'll still see BBM and Sara Duterte kind of showing friendship and, baka mag-joint greetings sila by the end of this year. But yun nga I think, the ship has sailed already. So let's see how things are going to turn out in the next 3 to 6 months. But, I just wanted to say, mga kameta, na there are some interesting developments also in this front, or not so surprising developments, right? Now, balikan natin ito mga kameta, because itong SMNI issue, which could be another area of disagreement between House of Duterte and House of Marcos, itong issue na yan seems to have its own momentum already. No? At speaking of momentum, it looks like nag-accelerate ang momentum na ito, no? So baka even if BBM and Sara will have this nice end of the year, holiday greetings kind of pictures and all of that, although mukhang hindi na si Paul Soriano ng production and all, hindi ko alam kung sino. And even though Arroyo and and Martin Romualdez are projecting this friendship and everything is okay, well, with SMNI the situation has escalated significantly, right? And mukhang may momentum na ito although nothing is surprising in the Philippines. Hindi naman tayo country of rule of law, unfortunately. But anyway, speaking of SMNI, ito na, may intervention na yung pinaka-paborito niyong presidential spokesman, si Harry Roque. Diba? Tingnan natin itong intervention ni Sir. Diba? Tingnan natin yan. Trying to find yung original. Kasi sayang naman, di ba? Bait ko pa naman mga kamets, ay labas natin ito. Nasaan na siya? Ay, hindi ko na shinare. How dare you? How dare you? Ito. Okay, mahalaga yan mga kameta. Bago tayo pumunta kay Badoy and all, Eric pa yan, pangalan ng isa? Ito. Pakinggan naman natin yung kanilang sinasabi. in behalf of press freedom. Yan. Ito.
Na ang mensahe, huwag po matakot sa kahit anong impormasyon dahil meron naman po talagang huwag po matakot sa kahit anong impormasyon dahil meron naman po talagang sapat na kakayahan ng ating taong bayan para paniwalaan ang isang bagay bilang katotohanan or kasinungalingan. Pero ito nga pong nangyari, no? Yung mga grupo ng mga mamamahayag na talaga naman pong pati sila ay makaliwa, hindi po nila maitatanggi na ang mensahe po ngayon talaga ay kung hindi ka pumuri sa mga naghaharing uri, po pwede kang ipakulong. Yan po ay hindi po tugma, hindi po akma sa ating demokrasya. Kaya lahat po ng sambayanan, hindi lang po kami dito sa SMNI, nakikiisa kay Ka Eric at kay Dr. Lorraine Badoy. Kayo po'y kikilalanin bilang mga bayani para sa kalayaan ng malayang pamamahayag. Antayin po natin ang
Ayan.
huwag po matakot sa
Ulitin
kahit
natin,
anong impormasyon dahil meron naman po talagang sapat na kakayahan ng ating taong bayan para paniwalaan ang isang bagay bilang katotohanan or kasinungalingan. Pero ito nga pong nangyari, no? Yung mga grupo ng mga mamamahayag na talaga naman kung pati sila ay makaliwa, hindi po nila maitatanggi.
Kailangan natin edit yung part na yun.
Ang mensahe po ngayon talaga ay kung hindi ka pumuri sa mga naghaharing uri, po pwede kang ipakulong. Yan po ay hindi po tugma, hindi po akma sa ating demokrasya.
Oh.
Kaya lahat po ng sambayanan,
Ganda ng
hindi lang
production,
po kami
ha?
dito sa SMNI, nakikiisa kay Ka Eric at kay Dr. Lorraine Badoy.
Yan.
Kayo po'y kikilalanin
Bayani!
bilang mga bayani para sa
Para sa
kalayaan
bayan.
ng malayang pamamahayag.
Malayang malaya.
Antayin po natin ang
Malayang malaya.
huwag po matakot sa
Malayang
kahit anong
malayo.
impormasyon dahil meron
Oh, tama na, sir. Malayang malaya nga eh. Napaka very balanced. Very balanced. I wonder though, I mean, speaking of scrutiny, media doing its job, I wonder anong stance, ano bang pwede paki-remind ako, ano ulit yung report ng SMNI dito sa issue na ito? 'Di ba? 'Di ba ang issue ngayon, 'di ba, yung travel expenses daw ng Kongreso, 'di ba? Ano po yung sinabi ng SMNI? Ano po ulit yung report ng mga bayaning yan, mga bayani ng press freedom, dun sa report ng DepEd travel expenses doubled to 1.6 billion pesos last year ayon sa department o ayon sa sa auditors natin, no? Commission on Audit. Ito guys, isasend ko yung link dito. Yun nga, syempre malayang, napaka non-biased, napaka ano daw. Ito So the Department of Education's total travel expenses doubled to 1.6, almost 1.7 billion pesos last year from 805 million dun sa 2021 to 2022 according sa Commission on Audit report. No? Yung COA said yung agency's foreign travel expenses jumped to 8.6 million from parang 800 ba yun? From 747. Hindi, 8 million. 8 million pesos from 747,000. No, so still a huge jump. So in Ilocos Norte, for instance, the regional office of DepEd procured 2 million pesos worth of Nutriban. May Nutriban pa rin. And brown rice, nutty, fruity bars. Anyway, yan ang tanong natin mga kameta, di ba? Ang ugat ng issue ngayon, itong travel expenses ng Congress, yung accusations dyan. Ang tanong ko, since SMNI, napaka-concerned sila sa travel expenses and all of that, ano ulit ang report nila dito sa travel expenses ng DepEd? At obviously, alam nyo bakit tinatanong ko yung DepEd in particular, di ba? Kasi, alam nyo naman, napaka non-partisan, napaka-fair itong media outlet na yan, di ba? So that's a very interesting thing. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. Now, let's go to the question of journalism. Very interesting. Mga kamets, pag-usapan natin ang journalismo, di ba? You know? And kayo nang bahala, humusga kayo kung ito ay... Ito. Tingnan natin itong journalism, itong brand of journalism na meron dito. Para naman, di ba? Bayani. Tingnan natin ang mga bayani natin. Okay. Ito na. Okay, ito.
Yung angat buhay ni Lenny Robredo, mga kababayan natin, the people behind the angat buhay is CPP, NPA, NDF. In fact, there are now mga on social media, mga nanay na naghahanap ng mga anak nila na wala na. Hindi na nila makita at ito yung sumali ng Lenny Youth, no? So, they really
Ulitin natin,
yung
ha?
angat buhay ni Lenny Robredo.
Bakit sinuzoom pa talaga?
Kababayan natin, the people behind the angat buhay is CPP, NPA, NDF. In fact, there are now mga on social media, mga nanay na naghahanap ng mga anak nila na wala na. Hindi na nila makita at ito yung sumali ng Lenny Youth, no? So,
Wow.
they really yung angat buhay ni Lenny Robredo.
Wait lang, tanong ka.
Kababayan natin, the people behind the angat buhay is CPP, NPA, NDF.
Wait.
In fact, there are now
May tanong ako, may Lenny Youth? Ano ba yung Lenny Youth? Ano to, parang Duterte Youth? Saan po galing yung mga Lenny Youth na yan? Sa lahat ng sinabi kanina, medyo na-distract. Actually, interesting, nag-share nito ay si Gang Badoy. Alright, it's the one who's obviously close to her, right? Siya po yung nag-share ito, so, interesting, no? Anyway, so I was checking this out. Hindi ko lang maintindihan ba't kailangan pa i-zoom yung kung sinong kumuha ng original yan. Pero, mga kamets naman, ang tanong ko dito mga kamets, journalism ba yan? Wait lang, may Lenny Youth ba to begin with? No, empirically speaking, meron ba Lenny Youth to begin with? Saan po yung Lenny Youth na yan? Hindi ko nakita. Anong petsa yan? Anong universe po yan, Lenny Youth na yan? And of course, you saw here na talagang openly in-attack ang nire-red tag, no? Ang itong civil society, ang buhay ni Lenny Robredo, and that's not a small accusation. That's a heavy accusation and pretty dangerous accusation. So, is that journalism? Is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the evidence? Where's the fact checking? Where's the, I'm just asking. Is this the brand of journalism? Diba? Well, that doesn't seem to prevent certain people from seeing themselves as martyrs of press freedom. So, eto na. Tapos natin. Saan ba ito? Okay, ito na. Let's end now on this point kasi madrama na to eh. Medyo kasi may na eh. By the way, kamusta ang Farmali? Anong mga investigations ulit sa Ito. So, of course guys, mga bayani yan kaya talagang kailangan natin we have to pay respects. Okay. So ito mga kamets. Smni hosts on hunger strike, no? Dahil dito sa nangyari sa kanila mga bayani, no? So nagpo-push forward na dun sa hunger strike to highlight their protest ang itong mga program hosts na si Dr. Badoy at Eric Celis of Sunshine Media Network International. Ang klase international talaga, no? At of course, nagagalit sila at nagpoprotesta sila dun sa they're denouncing itong detention nila sa batasan pambansa as quote-unquote a form of injustice. No, doon sa isang Facebook post, si Eric Celis insisted that sila ni Badoy have been illegally held after appearing before the House Committee on Legislative Franchises on Wednesday. Ayon sa kanya, ayon Dr. Lauren Badoy are now entering the second day na kaagad of our hunger strike, hunger protest, as we continue to resist and oppose serious illegal detention at the House of Representatives and Batasan Complex. Of course, as you know, yung context dito is cited for contempt si Eric during the committee hearing on SMNI's media franchise for yung kanyang refusal to reveal kanyang source. Now, obviously, diniscuss natin in our former vlog na ito ay nasa konteksto ng SOTO law, but ang pushback naman dito is SOTO law applies to journalists. Journalist ba kayo, diba? Anyway, sabi ni Celis, please keep us strong by your prayers and moral support. Para sa bayan daw yan. Alright. Si Badoy naman, for her part, insisted that their detention trampled upon their rights as members of the press. Obviously, di ba? Kanina nakita natin yung brand of journalism nila, di ba? Very, very high level. Our democratic right to free expression, the right above all rights, is being trampled upon by the government, and our freedom of the press, where government is being held accountable to the people, is being demolished right before. Wait lang. Ang dami nangyari sa sentence na yan. Ano daw ulit? Our democratic right to free expression, the right above all rights, is being trampled upon by the government. Our freedom of the press, where the government is being held accountable, is this verbal? Okay, bahala. Anyway, I don't want to be editor journalistic. Like, I'm just trying to understand yung sentence, subject, predicate, saan papunta itong sentence. But anyway, bayani daw bayani. So, pakinggan natin mga to. At let's see that. But now, of course, the big development right now is mukhang the franchise of SMNI talaga. The total franchise of SMNI now could be in Imperial, no? At we may see a resolution of that even before end of the year selfie, ganyan si BBM at saka si Sara. So let's look at what's happening there. Para sa bayan, ito si Representative Johnny Pimentel na-interview ng mga kapatid natin dyan sa TV5 the other day, ay saying that this is most likely this is not just going to be about these two anchors, quote-unquote journalists, no? But this is also going to be about the franchise of the whole media network, international. Alright, okay. So ito mga kamets. Talaga ito Ito, wait lang Hoy, wag naman kayo dyan. Grabe naman itong mga taga-YouTube na to. Bakit yung mga taga-YouTube, ganyan kayo? Yung mga taga-Facebook, mabait lang sila. Nasaan ba kayo? Nandiyan ba yung mga taga-Facebook? Ano ba yung mga comment? Wait lang. Pedigree. Ay, tama. Yeah, that's the term. Pedigree, exactly. Credentials, pedigree. Yan. Correct. Yan, okay. Ayan. Uy, grabe naman yung mga Schadenfreude Club dyan. Bawas-bawasan naman ang excitement yun dyan. Ayan yung mga comments na papunta pa lang sa exciting part na naman yung style ng iba dyan. Dito sa YouTube, may mga ka-DDS tayo na very affected para sa kanilang mga bayani. Grabe naman tong isa para sa bayani, shutdown na yan. Grabe naman kayo guys. Maawa naman kayo sa sa mga yung mga kaibigan natin dyan na concern sa yung interest ng Anyway, mamaya na tayo makibardagulan. Wait lang, ito mga kamets. Guys, we're gonna be very, very fair, objective, non-partisan. By the way, legit tong letter na to. Excuse me talaga. Hindi tayo. Meron naman tayo synthetic, yung mga binibili lang ng sale lang Zara. Pag 75% off. Uy, malapit na yung sale January pa yan. Pero hindi, ayoko ng mga ganun kasi kumukut-kut yun after a while Kaya ang advice ko sa inyo, fashion advice, mag-ipon-ipon kayo, kumuha kayo talagang legit. Diyan sa amin sa Baguio, marami mga legit na leather. Tsaka useful yan sa iba-ibang lugar. Okay, anyway, legit tayong journalist, we believe in legit journalism, this time we believe in legit leather jacket, alright? Huwag na ulit-ulit yung leather jacket. Si Ronald na naman, titignan na naman niya. Alam ko yung hindi naman bagay sa kanya. Anyway, ito guys. Ito na. Mukhang nagpo-feelers na mukhang malapit na ang sumali ang SMNI sa Ito, Surigao del Sur Representative Johnny Pimentel. Sinabi niya nung isang gabi na may malaking chance na Suara Sogmedia Corporations, ang SSMC, which operates Sunshine Media Network International, ay baka mawalan ng franchise. Noting that yung kanyang pag-air of unconfirmed information on Speaker Romualdez alleged travel expenses was only part of a pattern. Ayan, ito yung sinasabi ko mga kameta. Ang issue na sinasabi ng mga congressman ngayon na kini-question yung buong franchise, hindi lang dalawang anchor na yan. Guys, I'm sorry. I was just looking for the right word. I didn't mean to, naman. Ito. sinabi ng sinabi na itong si Sir Johnny Pimentel. Johnny Pimentel, ito ang sinabi niya. Ang problema kasi dito is may pattern of assaults by the network against the House of Representatives and its members. Sana naman tinignan din yung patterns of attack and assaults kay Lenny Youth. May meron bang ganyan? Parang Duterte Youth. Against, other individuals all the red time. But anyway, ang concern niya dito yung pattern ng attack dito sa mga nasa Kongreso. Pimentel, of course, hindi siya just anyone. Siya po ay Vice Chair of House Committee on Legislative Franchises. So, he's pretty much number 2 guy dun sa napakamahalagang House Committee which has a huge say dun sa franchise, dun sa airwaves privileges ng isang media network international. Alright. Sabi niya, while his panel has adopted a resolution directing the National Telecommunications NTC to suspend yung operation of SMNI, a bill is set to be filed seeking the full revocation of the franchise of Suara, so granted through Republic Act number 11422, which was enacted in 2019 to renew for another 25 years the company's permit. So ito yung sinabi niya sa isang interview Wednesday with ABS-CBN News Channel. Sinabi niya na clarify siya na yung House panel inquiry on possible franchise violations was not just about yung network's talents airing information on speakers' alleged travel expenses, which ayon sa kanya was proven false by the Chamber's Secretary General and Finance Officer, who said the Office of Speaker spent only 4.3 million, not 1.8 billion dun sa kanyang travel expenses, while the entire House had 35 million in travel expenses this year. So, clearly fake news ayon sa kanila yon, base dun sa mga records na nilabas ng Chamber Secretary General at Finance Officer ng Office of the House of Speaker Martin Romualdez. Ayon kay Representative Pimentel, who's the number 2 dun sa franchise committee sa House of Representatives, there was already a pattern we have seen. If you recall, this was not the first incident that they attacked the institution. Before this incident, there were several aired programs attacking the Speaker, Congress, and other individual congressmen, in fact, were threatened, ayon sa kanya, So, this is referring to isang SMNI program where former President Rodrigo Duterte described Congress as the, quote, most rotten institution, and another broadcast naman where he allegedly threatened the life of ACT teachers, Representative Congressman Franz Castro, whom we also interviewed on our podcast. Red tagging them, sinabi na communist sila, tinithreaten sila. So as you know, earlier this month, actually just the other year, nasa pina nga si Digong, so he was supposed to show up in the court. He didn't. Obviously, may pinadala naman siya ng mga niya. But this is the context. So Congress took it upon themselves to protect the institution, especially the integrity of the institution. So they see the SMNI, which is a major platform for former President Duterte, as essentially a conduit for something more problematic, if not sinister, which is really this kind of attacks on the institution, on individuals in the institution. So ayon kay Pimentel, yung committee niya found several other franchises violations under Section 10, 11, 12 of RA 11422 pertaining dun sa duty ng itong SMNI mother company to report to Congress and seek its approval, particularly in matters of ownership or transfer of controlling interest. Oh, wow. Okay. So, dun sa isang hearing, dami na palang lumalabas di ba? Ayan, of course, nilabas na rin yung mga issues about, alam niyo na, yung the man behind this institution. So this is a really big possibility na marerevoke na itong franchise ng SMNI ayon sa kanya. In fact, yesterday, this was 2 days ago, we already passed a resolution urging the NTC to suspend the airing of SMNI. It's now up to the NTC whether they will act on it. Right? So House Resolution number 1499 filed by Puwersa ng Bayaning Atleta Representative Margarita Nograles. Aba, daming mga bayani talaga sa bayan natin Yan ang gusto ko sa ating bayan Puro ang daming bayani. Sabi nga ni, ano sabi ng isang congressman nung nagdrama-drama yung isa, don't give me that crap, sabi niya. Di ba? You don't have a monopoly on of love for the country. Tama naman po. May point naman si Sir. Wala naman monopoly. Lahat naman tayo para sa bayan. Ito na nga, person ng Bayaning Atleta, Representative Margarita Nograles cited yung violation of Section 4 dun sa franchise ng above-mentioned media channel which states that, quote, the grantee shall conform to the ethics of honest enterprise and not use it not use its stations or facilities for the dissemination of deliberately false information or willful misrepresentation to the detriment of the public interest. Yan, okay. Pakita ko sa inyo mga kamets para makikita niyo talaga on your own. Ito na talaga eh. Ito na talaga. Highest level, journalism, Lenny Youth. Kamusta naman dyan, mga kay Lenny Youth dyan? Alright? Ito yung mga comments. Andyan yung direct quote para makita niyo also yung relevant section dun sa franchise and yung mga obligations ng isang media outlet once you are granted that franchise. So ito yung mga pending complaints na meron sila. Pakibasa. Yan, okay. So, violations of Section 10, 11, 12 its franchise were all included dun sa resolution calling for yung suspension ng SMNI for now as a potential prelude to completely removing na yung kanilang franchise. Ayon kay Congressman Pimentel, I believe there is another bill to be passed to revoke the franchise of SMNI. Based on 2 hearings, we have evidence proving that they have violated several sections of their franchise and it is ground for revocation. We have every reason to revoke their franchise. We have every reason to revoke their franchise. This is from the de facto number 2 dun sa relevant committee within the House of Representatives, right? So medyo bigyan. We have seen SMNI in the past few years for so many years being used to attack individuals, entities, and I believe Congress just took it upon themselves that enough is enough. Oh, yung mga ano dyan, Lenny Youth. Ano nga natin? Ayun talaga, hindi talaga ako na, yung sa Lenny Youth talaga ako napaisip eh. Of all my analysis, sa lahat ng mga nakita kong news, lahat ng mga reports, lahat ng mga intel, lahat ng mga confidential na alam natin, wala akong nakitang Lenny Youth. Kaya hindi ko alam saan galing yung sinasabi ng Lenny Youth na yan. Alright. Anyway, ito na mga kamets. So, let me end on this point. I won't be surprised if Sara and BBM will have a happy picture towards the end of the year. But I'm not sure if Rodrigo Duterte is gonna hold back. Because if anything, as mag-intensify itong issue ng SMNI, yung drama ng SMNI, expect President Duterte, who is one of the hosts, whatever you wanna call him, anchors, whatever, in-house analyst, resident analyst ng SMNI, he's gonna fight back. And he's gonna strike back. And let's see in which direction this is gonna go. So, abangan talagang Pilipinas. Minamahal natin bayan. Ang dami para talaga nangyayari sa ating bayan. Napaka-interesting. Alright. Okay. O, kita niyo naman. I'm just trying to, yun lang talaga eh. Ulitin natin yung mga hindi nakinig dyan. Ito yung sinasabi natin, Lenny Youth. Sino bang may dyan? May intel dyan. Confidential ba yung Lenny Youth na yan? Ngayon ko lang nakita yan, Lenny Youth. Ito ulitin natin. Para sa journalism ito Para sa journalism.
In also yung angat buhay ni Lenny Robredo, mga kababayan natin, the people behind the angat buhay is CPP, NPA, NDF. That in fact, there are now mga on social media, mga nanay na naghahanap ng mga anak nila na wala na. Hindi na nila makita at ito yung sumali ng Lenny Youth, no? So,
Lenny Youth talaga eh. Ulitin natin ito Lenny Youth talaga eh. Saan galing tong
angat buhay ni Lenny Robredo? Hindi na nila makita at ito yung sumali ng Lenny Youth, no? So,
Lenny Youth talaga, hindi ko talaga mag-gets yan. Saan galing tong ano ba yung research department nila dyan sa SMNI? Saan nila pinupulot yung mga ganyan ideas? Diba? Comrade Lenny, ibang klase talaga. Tuloy Oh guys, baka naman may confidential information sila. Hindi natin alam. Meron palang may underground Lenny Youth daw. Sabi ni Lorraine Badoy. Diba? Talagang mahal na mahal talaga natin tong bayan natin. Okay, para sa ating mga bayani. Mag-good night muna tayo. Magpahinga muna tayo sa mga bayani natin na minamahal natin. Ayan, ito lang talagang level ng journalism talaga ngayon nowadays. Yung palang, that qualifies pala as journalism. Lenny Youth. Right? Gawa ka ng, parang saan galing itong mga organization na ito. I've never heard about that. Duterte Youth, alam ko yan. Pero Lenny Youth, ay nako. Okay, mga ka-Lenny Youth, mga ka-LY, huwag kayo Papunta pa lang sa exciting part itong ano natin, itong mga politika natin, discussion natin, mga ka-Lenny Youth. Ano pong mga requirements para pumunta sa Lenny Youth? Magandang question and answer yan, ha? Pwede ba kami, mga millennials na medyo matanda na? Makwalify ba ako dyan? For Lenny Youth? Under 40 ba yan or under 20? Ano ba yan? Ayan talaga eh. Alright, mga ka-Lenny Youth, mga bayani ng ating bayan, mga mga minamahal natin ng press freedom, #protect press freedom. Grabe yung mga ibang memes, yung mga pictures, tapos parang agree lang ako doon sa #press freedom. Pero hindi ko nakikita yung mga journalists. Grabe naman yung mga, guys, wag naman kayong ganun. Sabi ko kapon, wag Schadenfreude kasi it's not only about what's gonna be the upshot of this SMNI saga. It's also important to make sure and to observe whether the way this case is handled is in accordance to rule of law. Alright? To rule of law. Alright? Now, hindi ko na alam yung yung Lenny Youth na yan. Pero alam ko na, be careful what you wish for. Yan lang gusto kong sabihin. At para sa lahat ng mga bayani, lahat ng mga minamahal natin mga bayani, magpahinga muna kayo dyan. Whether kayo po ay sige na nga, I'll be kind na nga. Masama ng tingin ng nanay natin sa akin. Okay, ito na, mag-behave na tayo. Mga kabayani, mga ka-Lenny Youth, #protect press freedom. Booyakasha, check out, have a good night, talk to you soon. Boom! Alright. Ayan. Kasi baka ngayon, ma-play ko na naman yung kay Harry Roque, mapaano tayo dyan. Alright, mga ka-Lenny Youth. Mga ka-Lenny Youth, KLY, mga comrades. Ayan. Nabuking na kayo. Mga Lenny Youth. Ni Lorraine Badoy. Alright, upload natin soon. Mga ka-Lenny Youth. Talk to you soon and have a good day. Dapat yun ang title ng natin. Lenny Youth Files. Secret Files. Talk to you soon, guys. God bless. I'm sorry, Lord. Kinokontrol ko sarili ko kasi I want to be fair and all of that. God, forgive me. I mean, hi. De nada. Forget about it. Talk to you guys soon. God bless.